Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wealthy Life, a channel for your personal growth, awakening, and financial wisdom. Why do you keep exhausting yourself trying to reason with someone who refuses to understand? We've all been there, locked in a frustrating conversation, explaining, re-explaining, and getting nowhere. You bring facts, logic, empathy. They bring stubbornness, assumptions, and ego. And when you finally walk away, you're the one emotionally drained. Why does this happen? And more importantly, why do intelligent, thoughtful people fall into this trap? The cognitive gap, why they just don't get it. Not everyone thinks at the same level of awareness, emotional maturity, or logic. Some people see the world in black and white. Others can barely think beyond their immediate feelings. This isn't arrogance, it's just reality. Cognitive empathy, critical thinking, and self-reflection are skills developed through experience, education, and self-work. If someone hasn't cultivated those, they won't process your arguments the way you intend. It's like trying to teach calculus to someone who hasn't learned multiplication. No amount of shouting makes the math easier. It only makes the room louder. Ego battles versus real communication. Have you ever noticed that some people don't want the truth? They want to win? They don't listen to understand. They listen to reply. This isn't a debate. It's a war of egos, and when you engage, you're pulled into their battlefield. Bruce Lee once said, "A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer." Fools aren't stupid, they're just closed. And when the mind is closed, even the truth sounds like an attack. So what's the hidden cost of arguing with the wrong people? Every time you engage in pointless conflict, you're spending three valuable things: time, energy, peace of mind. And the ROI? Almost always zero. Worse, it shifts your emotional state. Instead of focusing on growth, creativity, or goals, you waste hours replaying that argument in your head, feeling frustrated or misunderstood. You weren't heard, but worse, you stop hearing yourself. Try to learn from the art of strategic silence. You don't need to win an argument to prove you're right. Sometimes the strongest move is to disengage completely. That's not weakness, it's wisdom. Socrates, one of the greatest thinkers in history, was sentenced to death, not for being wrong, but for challenging the ignorance of those in power. He once said, "When a debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser." That hasn't changed. Smart people know. You don't fight battles where truth is unwelcome. You walk away with your peace intact. A short story goes like this. The donkey told the tiger, "The grass is blue." The tiger replied, "No, the grass is green." The argument escalated, and they went to the lion, the king, for judgment. The lion declared, "Yes, the grass is blue." The tiger was shocked. Then the lion added, "You are punished with silence for wasting your time arguing with fool." What is the moral of the story? Sometimes it's not about who's right. It's about knowing who's worth your words. The wise don't debate with those committed to ignorance. So what you can do instead of spending your energy battling misunderstanding, here's a better use of your time. Walk away with grace. You don't need to prove anything to anyone stuck in their own mind. Protect your peace. Don't trade it for momentary ego validation. Focus on resonance, not resistance. Speak where you're heard. Grow where you're supported. Like Oprah Winfrey said, you don't need everyone to get you. You just need your people. Shift your mindset from reaction to mastery. When you find yourself in a pointless argument, ask, is this person seeking truth or just seeking control? Is my explanation serving clarity or feeding ego? Do I want to win or do I want peace? Strong people don't get dragged into emotional mud fights. They understand not every bark deserves a response. Think of the greats. What would they do? Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic, wrote daily to remind himself not to waste time on the petty and the toxic. Nelson Mandela didn't respond with bitterness to his oppressors. He chose a higher path, reconciliation over revenge. Albert Einstein once remarked, "Stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution." These weren't just brilliant minds. They were masters of emotional discipline. Elevate, don't escalate. You can't fly if you're constantly pulled into low-level battles. You can't grow if you're always proving yourself to people who don't matter. You don't argue with people below your frequency. You outgrow them. Next time someone drags you into their chaos, remember, lions don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. Let them be wrong. Let them mock. Let them misunderstand. And you? Let yourself rise. Would you argue with a mirror just because it's broken? No. Then don't argue with people who can't reflect your truth. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, like, and share the video. May you soon discover your true direction in life.